we have a new figure in the DC Multiverse McFarlane line, movie figure. So this is, even though it's not labeled, this is Joker 89 from the Batman movie of 1989. They didn't label it Joker 89. I don't know if there's legal reasons where they can't tie it too much into the likeness of Jack Nicholson, but he's got the purple suit, the fedora, the pants, everything. I mean, he is pulling off the Joker look. So we got not one but two in this wave. So there was a chase variant you could get, and it is this version of Joker, which is based on the Kenner Dark Knight Collection Sky Escape Joker, the only Joker figure I think that came with a very long barrel gun. But I mean, you could tell this is him. Here's the color scheme. We did a review on this guy with our Dark Knight collection. Again, this was Kenner's version of the 1989 Joker movie figure, completely different than the movie and the film. I don't know if there were legal things because Toy Biz put out their version of the Joker movie figure and he looked more like this. So when Kenner got the Dark Knight collection and started doing everything, this was their version. He had the long barrel. He had a color changing face where it would go from cold back to being human skin and then to the Joker when it warmed up again, just like Jack Nicholson did in the movie when he would take off the makeup. So yeah, so this had some fun features, but he had this weird design to him, which looked a lot like Cesar Romero's look from the '66 Batman, but a little different. But yeah, this is pretty much where they're going with this. This is the other movie version, but based on the figure version of it. So we accidentally got the chase first, and then we had to buy the other one because I wanted the '89 movie Batman of Joker version. So we're going to check him out with his accessories here. Now, we did a really great review of the Beast Kingdom Joker, which I think was one of the best '89 Joker figures ever made. So we're going to show that to you again just for comparison. But we're going to take a look at this one in his own right, who comes with that long barrel gun that the Beast Kingdom version did not come with. So it's cool being able to see that accessory in the pack. So let's check him out. All right, so we have our standard DC foot peg here, and then we have our card for the Joker. This one is a hand-drawn version. This is not a picture of Jack Nicholson from the '89 film, but we have our Joker figure, and you can see, although he is dressed exactly like, well, pretty close to how Jack Nicholson was dressed in the film, even with the pants here, he does not have the likeness in the face. But he's wearing the hat, he's got his purple overcoat on, he's got all the same attire pretty much here. So he is, I think, the best they could do with giving off those '89 Joker vibes. We have his articulation in the wrist, the double elbow, we have the upper bicep, we have the shoulder articulation there in the shoulder joint, we have the head on a ball, we have a little waist articulation, you can see it here, we have a double knee hidden in the pants, and then we have an ankle articulation, and then foot articulation too, so toes articulation or whatever with no toes because he's in the loafers here. But you can see there's no upper thigh. I don't see an upper thigh articulation, but this is essentially our Joker that we have here. So I'm going to try to find a center of gravity for him so he could balance a little bit, although that's proving a little difficult. And maybe that's why we have the stand. So let's engage the stand. Okay, so here we go. Now, we have an alternative head. Instead of a whole head that comes off, I think it's just the hat pops off, and you can see the little peg there. So you can put the hair on, and then we could get this look where he is without the hat. I kind of like this because then the hat stays on very securely, although the hair becomes a little difficult to get on. You have to slide it over. I think the first time it's going to be a little tricky, but every subsequent time it's probably a lot easier just because you have to get a little bit of spread out the hair here a little bit to get it into there we go. So then he's got his hair. So then we get two versions of the Joker with the hat and with the hair. And the hair is also in the hat, so you have that. So let's check out the accessories. He has the mega horn from the end of the film where he's at the parade with the Prince music, so you could put that in his hand there. He has the cane from the museum scene, again with the Prince music, which was oddly enough also a restaurant at the top floor. Wealthy people of Gotham. He has the gun with the bang flag from the top of the cathedral at the end of the film where he pretends to shoot himself. And then he has the extremely long barrel revolver that he pulls out of his pants and shoots down the Batwing toward the end of the movie as well. You don't see this accessory a lot, so it's kind of cool to get it with him here. And then he has an assortment of hands. So we have fists, we have open hands for gesturing, and then of course we have his little action hands here. So we're going to put the extremely long revolver in his hand, just because I want to see that with the Joker, because I did not get it with my other version of the figure. So you could kind of manipulate the fingers here to get his finger on the trigger. So I'm going to work toward that. But I think it has a good aesthetic to him. He's not exactly Jack Nicholson, but again, there's a price point here, and they wanted to commit it without the licensing. So when you're licensing a likeness, it's going to be a lot more expensive. So here he is with the giant barrel gun. I bent a little bit on the way out of the package, and you can reshape it. Sometimes you just get a hair dryer and straighten it out. But he's got the extremely long barrel, and then he has the no hat version here. This is kind of a rubbery coat here, which is nice because then it doesn't, it's not too stiff. It gives you a little bit more freedom of movement. But that is basically what we got here for this figure. So there is your McFarlane take on the 89, and maybe they'll improve it if they get a likeness license or whatnot. But this is their version of the 89 Batman. Now, I told you, again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because we did a whole review on it, but this is the Beast Kingdom version. You can see that amazing likeness of Jack Nicholson right there, even the hairline. He's got that great smile on there. He comes with alternative heads. He's got a flocked fedora that is on here. This is all cloth. This is another layer of cloth, another layer of cloth, another layer of cloth, another layer of cloth. In the pants, everything is spot on. He's got the awesome rose on there, or the flower on there that is magnetic, so it stays on the collar. He's got his revolver. He came with the blowhorn. He came with the flag gun, the cane. He came with cards, playing cards, a whole bunch of accessories, gas mask. The only thing he doesn't come with is the long barrel revolver. But he comes with every other accessory. You see him use the little controllers. I mean, it's a really amazing figure. Probably one of the best action figures. I know there might be like a Hot Toys version, but the best action figure I've seen of the Joker in this like scale, this is it from Beast Kingdom. Amazing. I mean, you could see night and day between the two. But again, you could tell, look at the pants. They're going for the whole 89 Joker look here. They even gave him the accessories. So this is undisputably the 89 Joker. But again, I showed you when we did the other videos of the Batman Returns collection, the McFarlane version versus the Beast Kingdom version. And of course, Beast Kingdom, the dynamic action series, much better. But I mean, this is $35. This is $60. Again, the price point isn't that far apart. I mean, for what you're getting, yeah, it's a little bit more, but man, look at the difference here in these figures. Like, this is a great display piece if you're doing a movie collection. And they got Batman, they have Penguin, they have Batman Returns Batman, they have, Batman Forever. They have all different kinds of Batman. Not a whole lot of villains yet. They're building out their collection. They just came out with a Penguin, but this Joker was absolutely stunning. They did a great job with him. So you could see the difference between the two. But if you just want a casual Joker here, not a bad Joker. I wish the face would have had the likeness, but again, it must have been a licensing issue that they could not do it. But they gave you a lot of the core accessories, including that gigantic revolver. So I'm really glad that we finally got that, because prior to that, I think this was the only figure, I couldn't find any other examples. This was the only figure to have the long barrel revolver. All the other ones just came with a standard revolver or no other accessory. So it's nice to finally have it in a larger scale and with this figure. And hey, if you got the Chase, then you kind of got that iconic figure back again. Maybe we'll do a review of the Chase figure, but you kind of got him back again. That was kind of fun that they reissued that. So if you didn't know the story, that's where that came from, was the Sky Escape Joker from the Dark Knight collection for Kenner. But this is your 89 Joker from the McFarlane DC Multiverse collection. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was informative. You get to learn why we have this weird version of the character and what it's based on, the original figure here. Cool figure. For the time, kind of funny that they brought that back as the variant. But again, they're still keeping it on theme because this is the 89 movie version of Joker, and this was Kenner's 89 movie version of Joker. So it still is the movie Joker. It's just the action figure version of the movie Joker, which oddly enough didn't look like the movie Joker unless you got the Toy Biz one. Anyway, this is your 89 Joker from McFarlane. This is the Beast Kingdom one again. You can check out our review of that, of the 89 figures we did. But yeah, I mean, this guy pretty much sold out almost immediately. We were still able to just buy him through GameStop. Some of the GameStops still have them. They're still shipping them out to you. Otherwise, you're spending like twice as much to get it from scalpers, which is ridiculous, but that's what happens. They should switch to a pre-order model, because I think a lot of them are just too popular, that if you were able to secure it at the right price, even ahead of time like NECA does it, it'd be more favorable than having to pay $60, $70 for the figure later on. But yeah, I mean, people should just switch to the pre-order model so that way you eliminate scalping, because you can't scalp something that takes unlimited pre-orders. So yeah, uh, get this guy if you want to add him to your collection. You can go with your '89 Batman from McFarlane, which we did a review of that, so you go back and check that. It hasn't been issued for a while though, so maybe they'll reissue it now that this guy's out. Or you could pair them along your Batman Returns figures that just came out recently and are still available. So something to consider if you're a Burtonverse Batman fan. You get a lot of options now. Maybe they're to Bob next. That would be fun to get Bob. The original Toy Biz line was just Batman, Joker, and Bob. So it'd be kind of nice to get Goon Bob back in the figure line in the 6-inch scale. So that's all for this time. Maybe we'll do a review on the Kenner version one as well, but we got a lot of other stuff to get through. So we're going to be doing a mixture of a lot of new things, and we still have our ongoing retro series of the Real Ghostbusters. So tune in for that as well. And we're just on the road to San Diego Comic-Con this year. So we're just anticipating that and building toward it. So there's a lot more stuff we'll be showing you when we get there. So we are going to the show. We are doing our coverage of like, I don't know, 30 plus booths. We cram a lot into the time we're there. So just stay tuned for that, which we do pretty much everything in every booth. So, well, not every booth, but we cover everything that the booths have on display. So you won't miss anything. So that's all for this time. Like, subscribe, and follow. See you guys next time.